Okay, we're ready to start the public hearing for 26 Columbine Road, RGFA. I think they're out in the hallway. Flag them in.
And back it up. We'll actually catch up because on Regis.
Yeah, what's going on with Regis? I thought we were done with it. No?
Well, we were waiting for them
The
to.
light, they want extra lights?
Right. And to review the draft decision, which I ended up leaving sick yesterday, so I didn't finish the decision.
Have they submitted the extra light fixtures? What are they going to do about the
That's what I
building
want.
attachments?
That's what I want to talk with you about because I don't know if what they came back with was what the board envisioned, which is basically almost replacing those wall pack lights with a different type of light, but it's just affixed to the top of the building. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so we have given this hearing about half an hour, and if you could keep the presentation to say 15-20 minutes, that would give the board a chance to make comments and then get comments from the audience if there are any. Just so that everyone knows who we are, I'm Al Adelot. I'm the chairman of the board, and other members from our left are
Steve Oppenheimer.
Willie Chatelash.
Susan Rice.
David Mendelson. All right, so go ahead with your presentation, please.
I'm Tom Saltzman, so I'm the architect and builder for Pettinato here for 26 Columbine Road, and this is our locus plan, which I just want to walk through first. You can see back there on that, but this is the property right here in the center. As you go around this line here is a 300-foot offset. And it picks up a number of houses around here in varying sizes, all from, if I just walk around here, we have houses that are 3263 for the RGFA, 6172 across the street from them, 3254, some of the more original houses in this area, which were 2092, and then right next door to that, you have one that's 6,197. So I'm not sure if you want me to go around every single one of the houses. This one's a pretty comparable house. It's right to the back as far as lot size. It says an RGFA of 5515. We're actually proposing 5183 for the house that we're building.
What's the current RGFA?
The current, this is the house right here, current RGFA is 2233. So this is the landscape plan, lighting, and there's the house from the front. See the color samples on the front of it. I'll just take you through this quickly. This is the same plan from the walkthrough that we had before, with some changes to the planting area that we're creating to the side, which is a buffer. We've introduced a couple of other plants that was recommended to us, Serbian spruce, rich hazel, and viburnum. That's a better mix for the plants that are there. We're actually taking the plants out of the front and relocating them over here as well to create a buffer for that. The main rectangle here in the center, that is the size of the house as it exists right now. We actually are moving that back 2.5 feet And then this is the addition to the side, which I'll probably have seen, or I'll show it to you as well. The driveway curb cut's going to remain the same. It's just going to be reshaped. This would be an asphalt driveway area here. It has 3-car parking to the side, a deck to the back. The lighting, just to kind of go through that, is very minimal. It's about a third of the lumens allowed. All dark sky fixtures from the cut sheets. All the deck lighting are small little bollards that are pointing down. There's a fixture under the porch and 2 recesses at the front, a dark sky fixture at the post in the front. There was a comment before about the amount of lighting that was at the garage, because we did have recessed lights in each one of the garage doors, and then we wanted to have the sconces on the side, because they're also dark sky fixtures. What we really wanted to have the option to be able to do that, so what we tried to do instead was to change the recessed lights into something, it's actually it's an LED, small little LED fixture that would go in the actual jamb of the garage door, and I have cut sheets on that fixture if you want to see that as well. It's half the lumens of the fixture that was there before, and it's just something to give a little bit of glow, to try and have the option to be able to do that.
What's the total number of lumens again? I'm sorry.
Total is 6408. And the other thing, that's pretty much it.
How much regrading are you doing?
The front stays almost exactly the same. There's a little bit of regrading. There's some existing trees to the side here that we want to keep, so there's minimal grading around those to keep those working. The main thing is that the asphalt driveway area here is about 1 foot to 1.5 feet higher in the existing grade, so there will be regrading around that to bring it up as well. And there's a little bit more grading to the back side here, wrapping this around. In general, we've really tried to take advantage of the topography of the site and keep, the larger, this part of the addition is a 2-story addition, but it's down at the basement level. And then this is a 2-story addition, which is up at the upper level of the original house.
So you're bringing fill in?
We will be bringing fill in down for this area.
How much do you know?
It's a net fill of 345 yards.
That's the front of the house that you can see from the street. Again, like I said, this is the same footprint of the house that's there right now. Those are the colors. This would be the body of the house, trim and shutter color. This is the side that you would see as you come down around the 3 garage bays, the lower addition here where the deck rooms to the back. Field stone chimney rooms to the back side there.
Are you demolishing the house or just adding a second floor?
Demolishing the house.
And what was the reason for moving it 2.5 feet?
We wanted to move it back because it's actually in the front yard setback. And so we're moving it back to get it out of the front yard setback. There's not really a lot of savings relative to.
Since we're looking at the garage doors right
Yep.
here, these, one of these keep 3 things in there?
Yeah, it would just be like under here.
So they go up under the side?
Yep. These are LEDs, 3.9 watt LEDs,
Which finish are they?
white.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure whether you're concerned. If you go around the neighborhood, one of the things I was pointing out in the walkthrough that we're very sensitive about is the scale of the house relative to other houses in the area. If you go around the corner, getting the soffit line down as low as possible is a really important feature for me. So we're actually going to frame that in a way that allows that to drop right down over the second floor windows and keep that scale similar to other houses that are right around the corner there as well. That's down around the back of the house there. This side of the house you actually see, Jason has some great sections that show that there's a big knoll, a lot of trees. The house behind it doesn't really see this, and then we have this addition, the deck, that kind of blocks this from this side as well.
Jay, are you doing the engineering?
Yes. So just real quick first with the existing additions. So as Tommy mentioned, here's the actual setback line. You can see portion of the existing house is over the setback. This is the the sunroom addition that they're keeping, and then here's the curb cut that we're keeping for this section here. You can see there's some vegetation here. This is that concrete wall that we were talking about, leaving a portion of it to be able to keep the root systems for those trees so they don't fall down. Existing septic system was installed in 2005, 2006, and then they have a playground section here. We have the grades on this side, and then all the grade back basically falls back to this section, little low point, and then we have everything that flows this way towards the buttons in the back. This is the knoll. That's the knoll that Tom was mentioning. So right here is this is elevation 220, and then 216 is our backyard. So we're raised up again, and then at the back side of this house, it goes down to 212, so it picks up and goes all the way back.
But also the yellow scribe line.
This is the buffer zone for the wetland. It's actually associated with this property line here, and then there's a wetland across here, so these are the two buffer zones. So a couple weeks ago, we had we were for conservation to get out of this. So for the proposed conditions, you can see basically in brown what we have is the proposed house, and then in red is the former house. So you can see we're basically trying to keep the main body, the footprint is almost identical. So in essence, this is almost just a two-story addition with a garage under it, and there's 2 stories above it. As the grading you had mentioned before, the front yard is basically staying exactly the same. They're keeping all the vegetation up top. We do have some grading that are coming across to fill in the void that gets created when we're filling in the actual driveway section here. We talked about going to the new retaining wall. As this driveway gets pushed out, some of the grades at the actual garage location, we're actually slightly higher than the existing grade. We're only about a half foot higher. But as we push out, the driveway, of course, doesn't drop as fast as that grade drop because that was pretty steep. So then we have to push out the grades a little bit with it. So that's where all that fill comes in. It's all basically this corner here. Similar to the former house, it's a walkout in the back. And then we have some grading that goes along this side here with a small wall. We're not going to do anything with the existing septic system. It's going to keep it as is since it was installed in 2005. It's a 5-bedroom septic system. We had already done all the drainage calcs. Basically we have design points for rear abutter for basically Columbine Road and for the side abutter on this side there. And we're showing reductions to all of them for anywhere from 20% down to 10% for both volume and peak rates. Significant reduction.
Is there a retaining wall to the left of the driveway to hold all that up?
Yep, right here. Yep. So it's not a structure.
On the other side of the driveway?
On this side, no.
Yes.
No. So what we're doing is we're grading down towards that lawn area. And then for that, I'll show you the cross section. So this is coming across Columbine Road, so you can actually see the house sitting here, and then we have the existing house that's underneath it. So the existing house from the street is a 1-story, so that's kind of where this RGFA changed. It seems like it's a much bigger house. It's basically because we're adding to the second floor here, and then putting the addition on, so that's where all that square footage comes from. But in essence, we're keeping the same style house, putting a second floor on with the roof there. We have all the vegetation on the left, and then we have this section coming down because we're going to be using that same curb cut as we come along for the driveway. Here's some of the existing trees that run right along the property line with the fence. You can see the grade that we're actually going to be filling in this little section there, and then we have some new trees there. The reason why I want to show you this is that knoll that we talked about. It picks up and goes down again. So our backyard is lower. So as you come into this section here, this grade picks up and then drops again down through there. So this is the
proposed ridge height?
The proposed ridge height is 253.1, and the existing is 241.7. That's the second story, so it's basically 12.
So where do you come in on the total?
The total height we are, the allowable is 255.2. So we're basically a few feet below the allowable.
Okay.
But the current grade is 217?
Oh, that's the rear yard. What happens is you got the front yard, actually, the grade in the front. The front yard is 224, because the existing house is a walkout, so then we're keeping that the same. So the front yard's all elevated, and then as you pick around, so this is 224 for most of this way, 223 here, and then you got the grade drop off backside, and this is 217. Yep. So when you do your high calcs, you actually take the grade plane for each corner as you go around, so it's a weighting of the front and the back.
Dave, any comments?
It's pretty cut and dry.
You don't think that the extra fill would change the hydrology on around the site at all?
It's like 18 inches on like one side, and it still drains to the same spots it did before.
Yeah. Okay, so you see no impact on that?
It'll improve the runoff to the neighbors, and that would be the impact.
I'm sorry,
It'll decrease the runoff to the neighbors. I mean, it's an impact, but it's a positive one. Unless you like water.
No. But it's the fact that the surface water runoff would change. But do you think it's negligible?
Yeah, I mean they're not. It's not really. It's not changing where it's going. It's not changing how much water is actually going to land on it. So it's all shedding to the same spot, except now they're just going to collect the whole roof and put it in the ground.
Okay. Kim, when we were on this sidewalk, we were talking about a little bit more in the way of screen planting, I think, along the street.
Yeah.
Have they satisfied you that that's okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the plan reflects everything we talked about at the sidewalk.
Anybody have any comments?
Lights are all dark sky and fine.
Okay.
That's good.
Good.
Good, then we'll,
Public comment?
yes.
Public comment?
Oh, thanks, Dave. Anyone in the audience want to comment on the proposal? Okay. In that case, I think we can go ahead and close the hearing.
Yeah.
So anybody want to make a motion to do that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we will review the draft conditions. What date?
Don't know yet. It'll be either 18th or 2nd.
Do we have to stipulate the date or no?
No, we don't.
Well, in any case, either the 18th or the 2nd, we will review the draft conditions of approval, vote on those, and that'll be the end of it. But as far as you're concerned, you can come if you want to watch us read conditions, but it'll just reflect what we've talked about tonight. So, yes.
I just have a cool question. We were talking before about there's some urgency to kind of move some of those plans before it's hotter and later in the season. And I don't know whether that's possible to do that or should we wait?
Even if we approve this on June 18th, that's really close in terms of heat. As we know from last week.
They want to move some of the broadleaf evergreens from the front of the house, which,
Does anybody have a problem with that?
Unless we want to go ahead before the.
yeah. They're just foundation plantings, so
Yeah,
I don't
No problem.
there'll be an issue with that.
sounds good.
You just set an irrigator and stuff on it?
Yeah, it's a shady spot, which is going to help. It's already straight in the lower area. It's a little damp down there. And
Yeah. What, a bunch of big roadies?
Yeah.
Great, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.